Hey there, it's Jo here for my 22-week update. I believe the last time I was on it was my week 18 update, so 1 month ago. In this video, I'll give you my stats. I will do kind of a full body shot. I'll also show you kind of some skin stuff going on. And then I'll do my standard, what I'm eating, what I'm doing to exercise, and what I'm thinking and feeling. Okay, so stats first. 5'7", had surgery on May 21st. I weighed 250.4 pounds. As of yesterday, which was 22 weeks out, so about 5.5 months, I was 173.8 for a total loss of 76.6 pounds, so just over 75 pounds. Very exciting. Just in terms of what's happened since I was last on with my stats, I was 183 a month ago, so that's what is that? I guess that's about like 9 pounds down, 9.5 pounds, something like that. So decent. You know, I had really been tracking like 10 pounds a month, so you know, on a random 10-week period, I'm still tracking to that. Just since last week, my weight loss has been about 1.5 pounds, which is pretty low for me. I've never had a week where I didn't lose weight, which is exciting. But I had had a few weeks, like since I talked to you last, where I'd had like 3.5 pound losses. So I suspect it's just kind of leveling itself off. So that's the stats. Let me just kind of show you what I look like. I am in a size 12 pants. Some of them are a little tight, like I'll show you these. They're a little on the tighter side. I find 14s fit in my waist okay, but like in the legs it's pretty big. And then like large tops still, so I'm in like work clothes, so here's my front, kind of my toes, side, back, side. So, you know, you can see these pants. So these are 12s. Like, they're a little tight. You can kind of see, like, my underwear line going on there. I'll show you a bit more, like, towards the end of the video, just kind of, like, what's going on with my skin and stuff. But, feeling good. Feeling very good. Clearly at the stage where, like, everybody and their mother notices. So, had an interesting experience last week. I was in London for a meeting, and I was with a number of people, like executives and things that I had seen in sort of the early August and late August period. So not that long ago, like 2 months for some of them, maybe 6 weeks for others. And they commented on my weight loss. So, you know, looking at where I was, you know, I was, I don't know, maybe 20 pounds, like 30 pounds heavier. No, I guess it would be like 15, 20 pounds heavier. So, really amazing that they noticed. But I think, you know, I'm still tracking 10 pounds a month. But if you think of what that is as a percentage of body weight, like, you know, 10 pounds when I weighed 250 pounds, you know, as a percentage, like wasn't crazy significant. But losing 10 pounds when you're 180, like now all of a sudden it is more significant. So I think that's really interesting, like still tracking, but I think almost seeing more month to month. And so, you know, for those of you that are either starting out at a heavier weight or just kind of starting your journey, you know, man, don't be discouraged like in the early months of, you know, people not noticing or you not noticing. Because while it can be big weight loss, like the reality is as a percentage, the changes really come for me like later, kind of when I hit like the 190s, 180s. So very interesting. So that's the stats. Eating. So I've still been eating out a lot. So like in the last month, I have taken 4 different trips, like on a plane. 1 to Chicago, 2 to London, 2 separate trips, and 1 to Michigan. So 1 of those was personal, 3 were work. So still eating out a lot, like in the last month. I think probably in total, like 2 weeks of those were eating out. So still doing okay with that. I just pick the protein option. I skip the bread. I do a protein shake every morning. And I just kind of eat what everyone else is, but like skip all the junk, carb junk. So when I am home, still very much following like my Sunday cooking rule. So for those of you that haven't seen my early videos, like I've never been much of like a chef. I always enjoyed it, but I did a lot of takeout, like mostly ate takeout, which might explain the 250 pounds. So Sunday's like cooking day. I usually have like one thing going in the oven, one thing in the crock pot, and then I just eat that all week. So for example, I just got back from a trip. Yes, it's Tuesday today. I just got back yesterday from a trip, so I haven't done it yet for this week. But last time I did a crock pot, threw in uncooked chicken breasts. They were thawed, but threw in uncooked chicken breasts, added some black bean lentil soup that I'd had from Trader Joe's that like I'd opened but needed to finish. Threw in some enchilada sauce, threw in some green chilies, like did that for 6 hours or whatever in the crock pot, and then just shredded the chicken like with a fork. So easy. And I put it in like chicken quesadillas. I put it like just by itself. I put it mixed with beans. Like it was really good. So those types of things, like chicken breasts and anything you like in there, good thing to do. And then I also did a pan of enchiladas. Like I eat a lot of Mexican food, obviously. Coming from San Diego, I love it. So I did like enchilada sauce, low carb wheat tortillas, a little bit of beans and some cheese. Just sort of rolled those up, threw them in the oven. I'll put some recipes and pictures online. I'm just a little bit behind on that. In terms of like rules that I still follow with eating, I have not done carbonation since surgery, so no soda, no beer. For alcohol, I only drink wine. I have been drinking a little bit more, I've noticed recently. Like, because of my work and travel for work, I have a lot of opportunities to drink wine, we'll put it that way. I'm not someone who typically would drink a glass of wine alone, but I just have a lot of social events. So finding I maybe need to not take every opportunity to drink wine. But I will. Mostly red wine, though I won't keep myself from white, even though the sugar content's a little higher. Don't really do hard alcohol, mostly because I'd want to mix it with something with carbonation. So I do not do calories in my drinks. I never really did that before. So, you know, if I want like a vitamin water or something, it's something different. It's going to be the, like the no calorie one or low calorie one, whatever. Very limited bread, unless it's like really good bread, which, mostly happens to me overseas, not in the U.S. so much, but, I just kind of stay away from that. We'll do like low carb tortillas. I will do crackers, though. I may do like one cracker with several pieces of cheese. And I do a lot of, on Amazon, they sell Parmesan crackers. So it's crackers, but they're made out of Parmesan cheese, so no carbs. I do that quite a bit, like a little mini can of tuna, some mayo, throw that on a cracker. Like that's a meal. In fact, I added a piece of cheese to that yesterday and was like so stuffed. I regretted it. So big cooking on Sunday, eat that all week, kind of supplement during during the week with, I still do a protein shake every morning. I haven't been doing them in the evening. Haven't really been tracking my food, so I actually suspect my protein's probably under a bit. And I am starting to lose hair. So at about 5 months that started. It's been about 2 weeks, and it is a decent amount, and you know, that's not from protein intake now. From what I understand, that's actually from protein intake, you know, a while back, which I bet I could trace back to when I started traveling and wasn't watching as closely. So keep the protein up. So supplementing with, I do like a lot of cheese sticks, and I don't do low fat. It's one of the things, like, the taste to me is worth like the fat. Do a lot of yogurt, do a lot of tuna. So related to the cheese and a little bit exercise, the next thing, I did do my blood work and met with a nutritionist about it. It looked good. One of the weird things, though, is that my cholesterol had gotten worse. I'd never had bad cholesterol, so like it wasn't always in the normal range, but it's gone from normal to sort of like inching its way towards, I forget if it's the one that's high or low or whatever, but both of them seem to move in like the wrong direction. She thinks that could be like partially just related to things like my cheese intake. I do eat a lot of it, but also like really needing to do more exercise. So interesting to see that reflected in the blood work. So let's talk about exercising. That was food. I pretty much am someone who had done some exercise. So like I got into swimming. I've always kind of done yoga, but off and on. I walk my dog. So I'm not completely sedentary, but I was really inconsistent. I mean, it's pretty fair to say that at 5.5 months, I do not have a regular exercise routine. I do not exercise regularly. And so, you know, it's great that I've lost 76.5 pounds, but as my nutritionist kind of said, like, okay, you've been cheating the system and that's worked so far, but to get off like the last 20-25 pounds, I need to ramp that up, and more than that, like maintenance. So I know I keep saying it, and I'm gonna keep saying it because I need to remind myself. So, you know, yesterday was my first day back from being out of town, and I went to the gym. I took 2 classes, a weight class and a yoga class, and really enjoyed it. And then now it's Tuesday, and like I'm home. I went home and didn't go to the gym, and so trying to just set some mini goals. Like I am the type of person that's like, okay, from starting now, I'm gonna go every day, and then I don't do it, and I get disappointed. So I've been just trying to get in like targeted exercise 2 times a week and just start there and then ramp up. The other thing the nutritionist suggested, which I am going to really look into, was a personal trainer or some kind of trainer type relationship. I've done that in the past. I've worked with a trainer, and it really just forces the appointment. Like you have to go, you can't skip. So for example, my gym had a Pilates boot camp, like a 6-week boot camp. Pretty pricey, 2 times a week for 6 weeks, but you know, that would really force me going like 2 times a week for 6 weeks. And some people say 6 weeks is about the amount of time you need to start a habit. I don't know if it's true, but I heard that somewhere. Somebody said. So my biggest challenge mentally with that, I recognize it's not an actual challenge that I can't overcome, is the travel. So I get into a routine, I leave, I come back, and I've totally dumped the routine. So the next time I have a 6-week period home, I'm going to go after doing like just 6 weeks with a trainer, or like a 6-week thing where I have to go to see how that goes. I think that probably won't be until about December. So just going to try to keep up with my 2 times a week until then. Well, 2+ times a week, we'll see. So that's exercising. Oh, also on exercising, I think I need to get to a morning routine. So the other thing that's been going on is I had started dating someone in the summer. You know, it was kind of a new thing, and then I was traveling like crazy. But when I got back from the last trip, well, not the last trip, now it's like 4 trips ago. Around the time of my last video, we decided to become exclusive, and so we spend a lot of time together, especially because I travel, and then when I'm home, we're like, you know, glued to each other's side. And I'm a night workout person, and the person I'm with is a morning workout person, and so I was finding that we were getting together in the evenings during the week, and I was sacrificing my workout for it to see him. And you know, that's a choice I made, and I think my choice is I do want to see him in the evening, but I can't be one or the other. And so I'm really going to I'm going to need to become a morning workout person. I hate it. I hate working out in the morning, but I think it's just so true that if you do it in the morning, like whatever else happens in the day, like that's done. It's checked off the list. And so any advice people have for getting that started, like I'll take it. Okay, last thing, I'm running a little long. Thinking and feeling. I'm 5.5 months out. I'm 20 to 25 pounds left to go. About 75 pounds done. Tricky thing that happens mentally, and I've seen other videos too, I feel really good, right? Like I'm a size 12. I haven't been a size 12 since like high school. So I feel great. I'm getting all these compliments. You know, I'm on cloud 9. But I'm not done. And so I find that like mentally sometimes I'm sort of pleased, and so I'm not as focused on like, you know, am I getting all the right things in? I do, but I'm just not as aware. Like I'm sort of living my life, and the weight loss has kind of just become a part of that life, but I need to still work at it. It can't just be a thing that's happening. Like, so I just want to make sure like I don't take my foot off the gas pedal. It's sort of a reminder for myself. I'm having some hair loss. You know, what are you going to do? I see people kind of freak out about it. here's the thing. Pretty much everyone I see that has it or it happens, like, it just happens. And it happens till it happens and then it stops happening. There's nothing you can do about it.